Hey guys, Cozmxc here, and as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be trying out the new Tenacity 3.0 update. Now for anyone who doesn't know, Tenacity is a fairly cheap Minecraft hack client that you can get on Intent.store. Now at the time, it was one of the best clients considering its price, as it's only around $11 USD. Now what I mean by at the time is that they released a 2.0 update and then just completely stopped updating. Now the reason for that is that they've been working on a complete recode, and by that I mean whole new UI, whole new theme, everything like that, and it's finally released. Now it's public, anyone can go download it or buy it if you don't have Tenacity already, but without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so here we are in game, and this is what the client looks like now. They've completely recoded it, changed the whole aesthetic and everything about it, and I reckon it looks way better and cleaner with the rounded edges, really smooth, like straight to the point color scheme. I reckon it looks way better than the original Tenacity Click2 UI. But if you did like the old Click2 UI, you can go to render, and right here Click2 UI, and if you right click on it, you can change what mode it is. So Cedo is the old Click2 UI, so this is the old one. This is basically the classic Tenacity Click2 UI. If you did like this one, don't worry, it's still here and you can use it. But I don't know about anyone else, but I reckon the new Tenacity version looks way better and just far cleaner. Now if you do have Tenacity and you don't want to make your own config, all you have to do is go to config GUI and then click load, and it will load up the Hypixel config, or you can just go to the Tenacity Discord and download a config. But the devs have made a config for people who do have this client, so you don't have to make your own and you don't have to download someone else's, but if you do, then feel free, go ahead, do what you want. But yeah, I think it's time to hop into Skywars and see how well this client performs like in game. Okay, so here we are in game, and I'm noticing that phase isn't instant. I'm guessing it's like it was in the beta, and you enable phase before you go into game, and it just kind of, when you load into game, it instantly phases you out, which I reckon is way better than collision phase or any type of phase like that, and it's kind of like the best type of phase. Now I am kind of glitching here. I think phase is doing something, stopping me from walking around. But if you're not using it, just turn it off. But yeah, already killed one kid. The scaffold, I'm noticing they have a good sprint scaffold, which is kind of a priority for any client right now. And I did have access to the I did have access to the beta, so I have already kind of used this client, and I'm noticing that they've fixed the target strafe like a lot. The target strafe before was really weird and didn't really work too well, but now they've got a proper working target strafe, and honestly it's pretty good. Now this client is a good client, and I reckon it's one of the cleanest clients out there right now, if not the cleanest. And I reckon I would recommend this client to someone right now. Now in my latest review, I did recommend Novaline, and I kind of take that back now. Novaline kind of went downhill since the split and isn't a good client anymore. So if you are looking for a client, definitely don't go with Novaline. But I reckon just from playing one game, if you're looking for a client, definitely go with Tenacity, the new Tenacity version, because I don't know about you, but it already seems to be performing really well. And even on the beta, where it wasn't full bypasses or anything, it was still, I never got Watchdog banned once or anything like that, only staff banned. So now this client is really good. It's probably one of my favorite clients right now, if not my favorite client. Whereas there are clients like 0 Day and Rise and stuff like that, which are finally updating after like months. 0 Day hasn't updated in ages and finally did, and I reckon it is pretty good. But Tenacity just kind of beats most clients right now. But one thing I've noticed is that you can't beat other hackers. You barely ever win in a HVH, which is kind of annoying. It's more of a pub stomp type client, but unless you're playing when a lot of people are playing, you're not going to come across too many hackers. So you should be fine using this client, and and have no issues. When you do come across a hacker, sometimes you might beat them, sometimes you might not. Basically just depends on the gear. But yeah, I'd definitely recommend this client to anyone who's looking to get into hacking, especially as your first client. I wouldn't recommend anything like trying to get a Stolfo or something like that, as one, it's hard to get accepted, and two, it's also a really expensive client. I would recommend getting something like, if you're looking to do HVHs or something like that, I'd definitely recommend going with something like 0 Day or Rise, as they're really good with HVHs. I've noticed that. But yeah, that's basically it for today's video. Long story short, get Tenacity if you don't have it. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, as it will really help out the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.